Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night to wherever you may be watching me from tonight. At least it's almost midnight on my end. I'm excited to be here. I almost did not make it, but yes. Um, whew, and I was getting really nervous. I'm like, I gotta do this. Today's the 21. I gotta do this. Today's 3 weeks since I started, and I did not want to miss it for anything. So it's 10 minutes, 10 minutes more to have missed today, but the 20th or the 21st. But yes, I am happy that I got to make it here tonight. I am super excited. My name is Thelma Titi Ahamba, and I want to welcome you to tonight's discussion on Chat with Themmy. This is day 21, and I am excited to have been able to push myself to get to this, to get to today. Today's the 21st, and I'm very, very, very excited. I appreciate everyone who has supported me so far. I know when I started on day one, I told you guys it was going to be a 30 days challenge, and it's day 21. Whew, let me catch my breath. I am excited to be on here, and I want to talk about something very, very, very interesting. We all have experienced this. We all have gotten no for an answer. We all have gotten that email to say sorry. We're sorry. We had competitive candidates and we had to pick the best of the best, and we sorry we cannot select you at this time, whether it's a job, whether it's application for college, whether it's application for anything. Also, whether it's school, whether it's academic, or even sometimes you see someone you like, you go approach them and express your feelings and bear your heart on your sleeves. And then the person say, well, I'm sorry, I don't feel the same way. All right. So any aspect of our lives, we all have gotten no for an answer. We all have, we all have been hit with that very simple but very hard stone. Okay. It's very simple. It's a complete sentence, and it's just simply, no, sorry, I can do this, or I'm not interested, or sorry, this time is not right and we can't take you. So, how do you handle that? How have you how have you been handling it when you get a no for an answer? How do you go about it? Do you just give up? Do you tell yourself I'm going to try again? Do you tell yourself um, the goal remains the goal. I'm going to come back and, take the bull by the horn. How do you do that? So tonight I want to be talking to us about handling rejections, because irrespective of where you are in life, whether you're up there, whether you're in the middle, whether you're, below, whatever class you're part of, whatever your status is, whatever your background is, whatever your education level, you have got to know for an answer. Even from God, sometimes you're praying for something and you're like, God's like, no. Then be like, I'm still praying. I have faith. Bro, that answer was already no. When you started praying, God said, no, I'm not going to do this for you. But sometimes we try to fight our way. Like sometimes, you try to express to someone how much you love them, how much you want to be with them. They're the partner for you. And the lady tell you, I'm sorry. I'm not interested. You'd be like, I can make life, I've prayed about this, especially our Christian brothers, I have prayed about this. The Lord told me you're my wife. The sister will tell you, brother, go and tell the Lord to come and tell me that you're my husband. So how do you handle that? How have you been handling it? How do you intend to handle the future no's ahead of you? It's not bad luck. No is no. It's part of answers. When you ask for something, when you request for something, even when you pray for something, you either get a yes or no or wait. And these are all complete answers. But a lot of times we try to massage our approach to see if we can get a little yes or a little wait in between. Let me just be on the waiting list. I can just take no for an answer just like that. How do you handle no? So, first thing first, let me cite an example, okay? So I remember, I think it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I had a job, all right, but I was applying for another job, and then I got a no for an answer, and then I don't know what made me, I'm like, I can't take no for an answer just like that. I know I'm fit, that sometimes your ego and you're telling yourself like, I'm for this role. Like you people will be blessed to have me. Why can't you accept me? Why did I get a no? I remember replying that rejection email for them to give me feedback on why they said no. That's crazy, right? But yes, I did that. I think the company was in America. I replied the rejection email that thank you for, thank you for taking time to go ahead with my application or to get me across to the interview stage. And whoever were selected, I wish them the best. But I would appreciate some feedback on why I rejected for the role if you would do me that honor. And strangely so, I got a reply. Okay? I did get a reply. Even though the relationship didn't go past that reply, but guess what? I got the opportunity to showcase what I brought to the table. And then they were like, oh, at this moment, we are unable to make it feasible. So would rather just, use your content or compensate you for your content and stuff like that for what you've done for us. Sometimes no comes to test you. How do you handle it? When you hear no, do you just, well, I tried, I didn't make it. Maybe you applied to two schools and the schools told you, oh, sorry, we cannot accept you at this time, or sorry, uh, we had a lot of competitive applicants and we went in for the best of the best. And then you just pack your books, you pack your paper, you pack your emails or whatever you like, well, this going to college is not for everyone, so I can't do this. Like, bro, are you serious? Is that institution the only institution in the world? Sometimes no can be a redirection. Sometimes rejection can be a redirection. Do you remember the partner that turned you down and you ended up with an amazing partner? If that person didn't turn you down, you wouldn't have ended up with an amazing human being for a partner. Okay? If that person did not turn you down, you probably wouldn't have ended up with that amazing person you have in your life today. So sometimes you have to appreciate the no. I'm not saying don't feel disappointed. I'm not saying don't feel bad, or I'm not saying don't cry. I remember a couple of years ago, I did some application for scholarships, and then for I was eyeing a few schools. I had written to them, I had applied to them. I didn't get some. I got accepted, but for the scholarship, I did not get accepted, which is what my eyes were on. I know I want to go to school, but do I have thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars to pay? I don't. So most of the time when I'm applying with a goal in mind. Okay. And if that institution tells you no, it doesn't hamper your goals. It doesn't break your foundation, doesn't change anything. That's why you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket anyway. You want to be able to spread your tentacles, like, spread your applications or whatever you're trying, spread it. And then if you get a rejection, or when you get a rejection, because most of the time you will get a rejection. It's not everybody that's going to accept you. It's not everybody that's going to say, oh, yes, Thelma, you're an amazing human being. We want to have you on our team. Sorry, Thelma, we had lots of competitors, competitive candidates, and we cannot take you this time around. So bye. You will get a no. You'll get a no today. You'll get a no tomorrow. You'll get a no next year. You'll get a no the year after. It's part of life. Okay? So you need to first accept that no is part of life. Okay? Once you're able to come to the conclusion that rejection is part of the journey to success, that's one step in the right direction. Okay? Now what you want to do is great, accept it. Feel bad. It's natural. It's very natural to feel disappointed. You get frustrated. Sometimes it's your last hope. Sometimes you're like, Father Lord, what am I gonna do? This is my only hope. Your only hope should be God in the first place. But your next step after you have accepted your feelings of disappointment and anger and frustration, your next step should be you must maintain your perspective. Why did you apply there? Why did you ask that lady out? Why did you bid for that contract? Why did you apply for that job? Why were you applying to that school? What was your original goal? Accept it. Well, I tried. I may not have gotten a yes, but does that change your original goal? Should I change your original goal? Should I change your original perspective? No, it should not. Rejection should not change your original goal. Okay? So, if you say, for instance, you want to go to Oxford University and then maybe you apply at Oxford, you apply at Harvard, you apply all these Ivy League schools, and then they're telling you, oh, sorry, we can't take you. Oh, sorry, we have other competitive, candidates and we went in for them. What do you want? You want quality education, right? Are these schools the only schools? Great, they're your dream schools. But what's your original goal? Is it about the prestige of the institution or is it about you accessing quality education? Meanwhile, sometimes there are institutions that may even be willing to offer you scholarships, sometimes full scholarships, or sometimes partial scholarship that these your Ivy League schools may not have given you. And you want to damn that your original goal of achieving your dream simply because, oh, Harvard did not accept me, Oxford did not accept me. Really? Is it because the lady you wanted to date or you fell in love with 10 years ago, she did not say yes? That means you say you'll never marry in this life. Are you serious? You don't want to love now. You don't even know the meaning of love. Is it because that company in Silicon Valley that you want to work for, they deny you? So you say you'll not find another job to do to put food on your table. Never hungry now. So how do you handle rejection? If somebody says no, maybe you DM your ideal client, you're hoping to work with the person tells you, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. I have like being a virtual assistant or being an executive assistant, I see a lot of people uh, um go into, slide into people's DM. The person may seem like your ideal client. You shoot your shot and the person tell you, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. Then you keep banging and banging and banging and banging and banging on them. You know what? You earn yourself a block because that becomes an harassment. It's an harassment. Nothing past harassment with that. If I tell you no, okay, for the gentleman, all right, you see a girl, oh, I'm in love with you. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. I dreamt and I see that you're the mother of my future children. The Lord told me that you're going to be my wife. The girl tell you no. You came back with another tactics. Say, brother, I am not interested. You now went, oh, you now came back again. Bro, I am not interested. Next thing you know, she'll block your number. She'll not want to. If you pass here, she'll pass there. If you turn left, she'll turn right. If you turn, like, now it becomes an harassment. That's not the right way to handle rejection. So if you get a no, accept your feelings. It's okay. Feel frustrated. You want to cry. Me, I can tell anybody, see me. You see this my eyes. I can cry. Better cry. Because guess what? When I cry, is one of my powers to get rid of negativity. And this is what I do. When I feel bad about something, when I feel frustrated about something, when I'm angry about something, I go ahead and cry. It's like me washing all the bad things from my body. I go ahead and cleanse myself with my tears. I cry because I can cry. It may not be your strategy, but me, if I accept my feelings, my frustration, sometimes I cry. And when I cry, guess what? I wipe my face, I look into the mirror, I smile, I snap a picture. I remember one time my former boss asked me, Like, I think I was talking to someone else, telling them about this same thing I do. And then he was like, Toma, why do you like taking pictures so much? And I'm like, I love to capture the moments because good or bad or they don't last long. Okay. So sometimes I remember recently, that was like a few months ago, I was looking at the picture where I was crying, and then I remember what happened at the time. Like, you may think it's funny, but when I cry, I take picture of me crying. And of course I have to look cute when I'm crying. So I have to pose for the camera, for my selfie camera, and smile or and make a really nice face. I'm crying, but I must not look ugly when I'm crying. You get? But that is just me. That is just one of the ways I handle it. And when I accept my my rejection, when I accept that no for an answer, when I finally accept it, guess what? I do not let go of my original goal. I want to maintain my perspective. Was I trying for a job and I got rejected? On to the next. Was I trying to work with a client and they give me a no? On to the next. I'll feel bad. I'll feel frustrated. But I do not let go of my original thoughts. I do not let go of my original perspective. Okay? What you want to do next, you wanna be able to learn from your experience. Use rejection as a learning opportunity. The fact that someone said no to you doesn't mean you're not good enough. It could mean several other things. It's not the right time. I don't have enough to afford it. I can't afford you right now. Or um, the competition was fierce and we went in for the best because, maybe probably majority voted and we got the best out of the best. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. No. Rejection should put you in a position where you learn from your experience and you build resilience. I'm sure I've come across a lot of people's stories where I think, was it recently I was reading some, I think a school had rejected. I came across this content on Instagram. It was a medical professional. He said his dream school rejected him when he was applying to that school. However, now that he's a professional, that school has sent for him to go and be a mentor to students in the school. I forgot who said it and where, but he's I think he's a doctor or pediatrician I follow on Instagram. Have you thought about that? That the same institution that may have rejected you in the past could one day need the opportunity to tap into your expertise and your knowledge? Have you thought about that? So the fact that you got a no today, the fact that you got a no last year, doesn't mean you're not good enough. Use that rejection as a learning opportunity. Like, some of the no's you will get, right? If you really sit back and think about it, you will see how it has redirected your path. You will see how you have gathered that knowledge to, go in another direction that is even where you that's your zone of genius. I know someone who have applied for jobs so much they didn't get it. Guess what? He tapped into his talent. And today he's doing exceptionally well. He's doing exceptionally well. He did not allow the rejection to define him. And these are like two separate industries. And when he tapped into his talent, it was just something that it was a hobby for him. It was something that came naturally to him. Him having a very, good fashion sense, a good dress sense. And then before you know, that turned into a business. Okay? So rejection, when you use it as a learning opportunity, your mind is open to new insights. Your mind is open to to new areas of your life that you probably were not paying attention to. Okay? And guess what? When that redirects your path and you finally are able to navigate and get to your zone of genius, what do? You do exploits. Then the world is on their toes waiting for you to manifest because you wholeheartedly took that rejection and made it a learning opportunity that helped you to bounce to where you're supposed to be. The fact that you hear no doesn't mean you should give up. Remain persistent. Don't allow rejection to discourage you. I remember back in the days when I used to quiz. I used to do quizzing competition for my high school. When a team wins anything, the moderator will say, defeat should never be the source of discouragement. And I took that with me for life. Rejection should never be the source of your discouragement. Because why? It's part of life. You cannot win all the time. If you keep winning all the time, how are you supposed to learn from your failures? And the truth is, failures or rejections will teach you more than what success may teach you. Okay? You may learn more things from your failures or your mistakes than what you may learn from your success. Ask people that are successful today. The lessons they took from failure, how did that catapult them to where they are? How did they use that information to get them to the area they are in today? Okay? So, do not allow rejection to push you off the cliff. Okay? I explained this. When I got rejected one time from a job I applied for, I congratulated the team on selecting their best candidate. I wish them all the best of luck. Then I asked them, would you mind sharing with me some feedback on why I was rejected, why I wasn't selected? And like I said, I did get a reply. You may not always get a reply, but not it's not common for people to ask for feedback when they get rejection. So when you do, guess what? You stand out. Okay? You stand out because most people don't even say, they told me no. Let me go and weep. Let me go and cry. Let me go and, do something else in my life. They don't ask for feedback to say, okay, is there anything I can improve and stuff like that. Another thing you want to do is when you are rejected, you can't control everything in life. Remember to continue to handle what you can control. Manage your expectations. And remember, you cannot control everything in life. Be in control of what you can be in control of. And don't worry about the things you cannot control because even if you worry, they will not come under your control. So why can't you channel that energy into, perfecting what you can control? All right? In times of rejection, most of the times we're hard on ourselves. Matter of fact, most of the time we are gracious towards other people than we even are gracious towards ourselves. Imagine me applying for something and then I get rejected and I'm like, Thelma, this thing you should have done it. Thelma, you should have done this thing. Thelma, you should have written it this way. Why didn't you write it this way? Or you like calm down. Calm down on yourself. Like take it easy. You deserve grace too. Okay? Show yourself compassion. Show yourself compassion. Don't be too hard on yourself. You are not the first person that have gotten rejected, and you will not be the last person. I don't see any comment here. But thanks for being here, John. You are not the first person to get rejected, and you will not be the last person. So when you do not hit that milestone, when you do not, some people say, well, after high school, I wanna I want to go to college. I want to get my bachelor's degree. After bachelor's degree, I want to get my master's degree. And then I want to get married. I want to have 2 or 3 children. Then, like, okay, after school, I want to get a good job. I want to get married. It's great. But what happens if things don't go in that order? Does it mean you're not an amazing person? Does it mean you have failed in life? No, you have not. The matter of fact, the only failure that counts is the one that you say, okay, I've thrown in the towel, I've given up, I will not do again. I'm not talking about that one that you say, I will not do again, and you now gather strength after some time and continue. No, I'm talking about that one that you say you'll not do again, and you actually don't do anything about it again. That is when you failed. Quitting a strategy to go back to your drawing board, re-strategize and take another route to get to your goal or your dreams is not quitting. It's taking a break to re-strategize. Even the people you admire, they do the same thing. When you quit is where you let your dream die on you while you're alive. Sorry. When you quit, that's what happened. When you say, I'm not going to do anything about this. I'm just going to be mediocre. I'm not going to change my life. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit here. That's when you can tell yourself that I have failed. But if things are not clear and you think you need a mental break, all of us do. Take a break. Take a chill pill. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't let anybody rush you with their timelines. They are not your God. They are not on your journey. Don't tell yourself, oh, that your friend, they rejected the job and this one and they handled it in a better way and then go use it to unlock. Sometimes it's very easy to say than for us to practice. The other day, I was laughing at a friend of mine who's a medical practitioner. I'm like, doctors that say, oh, it's not painful. You need to take your pills like in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, or, you need to do 10 injections to get this thing cleared, or blah, 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 blah. Doctors and nurses, some of them are afraid of injections. So some of them are even afraid of medicines. Doesn't mean they don't know their job. No, they are human beings too. They have their own fears. So everybody is not perfect. The way you handle rejection and the way another person handle rejection will never be the same. But what I am telling you is there's a better way to handle rejection so you don't sway off your path. You don't allow you do It's okay to feel bad, but it's not okay to stay feeling bad forever. No, life must go on. So when someone said no, when that job you apply for did not accept you, when that promotion you know you deserve, you didn't get it, don't kill yourself. Don't feel like you are not worth it, or maybe I'm not up to standard. No. When that school you apply to did not collect you, maybe there's another school that is willing to give you scholarship. Like the other time, one of my mentees applied for scholarship, applied to a school that he had his eyes on so much. I think I shared that story. The school said they were sorry, they cannot accept him. I always told him, don't put your egg in one basket. You cannot say you want a job and you apply to only one job in this life. How? Is that the only job? Is that the only company? No. Don't put your eggs in one basket. Apply to other places. Apply to 10 places. If 9 did not accept you, maybe one will accept you. Okay? So don't lock yourself in a box because, oh, they didn't accept me, and be kind to yourself. Handle yourself with care. The fact that you even had the courage to complete the application and submit for review, you took action and you should be proud of yourself. And also, in terms of rejection or in terms of, your downtimes and you're getting no's, I remember I had, I think it was few years ago. I remember applying to, okay, before I quit my job last year, I remember applying to 70 jobs, 70 different companies, 70, LinkedIn, Glassroom, or Glassdoor, Indeed, like you name all these remote job sites, like 70. And I did not even know. It was when I was turning my office laptop over and I was clearing my stuff from the laptop. Then I realized I had sent over 70 applications. 70. And guess what? Only one accepted me. Out of 70, only one accepted me. But guess what? I was like, if these other people accepted me that time, these other people wouldn't have accepted me. Because that other job that accepted me, like it came with like, oh Lord, God knows how to clean your tears sometimes. If the other jobs did not accept me, I wouldn't have enjoyed what I enjoyed. Okay? So sometimes rejections are your are, it, rejections are God's way of redirecting you to a better path. Imagine applying to over 70 jobs and only one accepted you. You will say, Thelma, you that you are positive like this. Yes, so when they're ready to bounce me sometimes, they can really bounce me. Yes. It's not all the application I send that is accepted. No. I'm not almighty when it comes to application. No. All right. I've gained some. I've learned from some. So I am wrapping up tonight. Thank you for joining me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. I want to say thanks for spending time with me this morning, this evening, this afternoon, this night, wherever you may be watching from. I appreciate your time. I want to say be kind to yourself. Do not allow uh, uh do not allow rejection or no to tear you down or to get you off your path. Celebrate your small wins. The fact that you took action means you did the right thing. You're on the right path. All right? Keep moving forward. Don't allow anything to stop you. That one no that you got last week, don't allow it to get you off your path. That 10 no's you receive. The other time I got like 25 rejection emails in a week. 1 week. How only me? How? 25 rejection emails, only me. Why? Why me? Did it take my smile away? No. Did it take my momentum away? No. Did I learn from it? Yes. Did I ask for feedback? Yes. Did I get some feedback? Nope. But do not allow rejection to define your value. No. So as you go about your week, as you go about your day, as you go about your project, as you go about whatever you're working on, I want to say I wish you all the best. I hope tonight's episode is a blessing to you. There are a lot of things you can do to handle rejection in the right way. Do accept your feeling of frustration when you get a no. Be kind to yourself. You know, be kind to yourself. Celebrate your small wins. Keep moving forward. Be optimistic. Don't, be persistent. Don't allow it to get you down. Okay? Be compassionate towards yourself. Be kind to yourself. Don't run yourself down because of the multiple rejections you've had. Like I said, I've gotten 25 rejections in 1 week. I've applied to 70 jobs in the past and only one accepted me. Stay persistent. Keep going. Thanks, Agatha, for joining. I appreciate your engagement. Keep going. Don't slow down because of that one no. If you ask for feedback, great. if you get a response. If you don't, it doesn't mean when the next rejection comes, you don't ask for feedback. And the sooner you accept that rejection is part of the journey, the better for you. Okay? So I want to wish you a very pleasant day, a very pleasant day and blessed day. I hope your day is fulfilled. I hope your day is productive. I hope you handle yourself with care as much as you handle others with care. I hope you understand that rejection is part of the journey. And I hope you do not be hard on yourself. Okay? Thanks for joining me tonight. I remain Thelma Titi Ahamba on day 21, or let's say episode 21 of Chats with Themmy. I appreciate you joining and I appreciate you being here with me tonight. Have a wonderful day. Until again tomorrow. Bye bye.